Ancient Egypt, a civilization that unfolded along the River Nile over 3,000 years ago. What if I told you that its influence could be seen everywhere around you? In the very language we speak, in the way we think, and even in the calendar we follow. It's all part of ancient Egypt's legacy. They revolutionized math and developed the first public school system. Their architectural prowess is best exemplified by the pyramids of Giza, standing tall as the only surviving ancient structure of the seven wonders of the world. But what else do you know about them? Well, let's find out. Welcome to our channel, where we bring history to life. Today, we'll take you on a journey through time to discover the rise and fall of this iconic civilization. Buckle up as we unravel the secrets of ancient Egypt, the birth of a civilization. The story of ancient Egypt dates back thousands of years to a time when the world was just being shaped. Over 5,000 years ago, along the banks of the River Nile, two kingdoms, Upper and Lower Egypt, thrived. These regions were distinct yet connected by the lifeblood of the Nile. By around 3100 BC, these kingdoms came together under the rule of a king named Narmer, sometimes referred to as Menes. This unification marked the birth of ancient Egypt. With this, a long line of powerful rulers known as the pharaohs began. But these pharaohs weren't just any leaders. They were considered divine, the embodiment of the gods on earth. The Old Kingdom, Age of the Pyramids. The early days of ancient Egypt, spanning from 2680 BC to 2180 BC, are often referred to as the Old Kingdom. This era is marked by tremendous ambition and monumental achievements. One of the most remarkable events of this period was the construction of the pyramids. It all started with Pharaoh Djoser. Needing a grand burial site, he turned to his architect Imhotep, who designed the world's first large-scale stone structure, the Step Pyramid. Built around 2630 BC, this structure was revolutionary and set the stage for what was to come. Next, Pharaoh Khufu commissioned the construction of a pyramid that would dwarf all others, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Standing at 146 meters tall, it remained the tallest structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. The Giza Plateau became a testament to Egypt's power, housing three magnificent pyramids, those of Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure. These pyramids were not just tombs, they were symbols of divine authority reaching for the heavens. Chaos and renewal. Unfortunately, the grandeur of the Old Kingdom didn't last forever. Around 2200 BCE, a combination of drought and famine led to societal upheaval. The Nile's floods, usually so predictable, failed to materialize, causing widespread crop failure and food shortages. This, coupled with economic disparities and political tensions, created a powder keg for unrest. Then came the internal strife. As the central authority weakened, regional governors known as nomarchs seized more power, effectively breaking Egypt's unity. This turbulent period, known as the First Intermediate Period, lasted for almost 2 centuries. During this time, Egypt became a battleground for power with various nomarchs vying for control. It was a far cry from the glory of the Old Kingdom, but it wouldn't be the end. The Middle Kingdom, a time of rebirth. Following the chaos of the First Intermediate Period, Egypt entered what is known as the Middle Kingdom from around 2055 BC to 1650 BC. This era marked a significant turning point in Egyptian history. A series of strong pharaohs like Mentuhotep II restored order and stability to the land. They reasserted royal authority, re-established control over the unruly nomarchs, and set about rebuilding the nation. Agriculture was a key focus during this period. The pharaohs implemented measures to revive the country's agricultural production. Canals were dug, irrigation systems were improved, and new lands were brought under cultivation. One notable achievement was the expansion of agriculture into the Eastern Desert, an area known as the Syrian Desert. Here, thanks to innovative irrigation techniques, vast tracts of land were transformed into fertile farmlands. This effort not only boosted food production, but also demonstrated the Egyptians' adaptability in the face of challenges. Moreover, Egypt's borders were secure once again. Pharaohs like Mentuhotep II extended their influence southward, conquering Nubia and securing the riches of this region. This territorial expansion not only brought additional resources to Egypt, but also helped to protect its southern borders. Yet this stability was not to last. Around 1650 BC, Egypt found itself under the threat of foreign invaders, the Hyksos. These newcomers, equipped with advanced weaponry and horse-drawn chariots, posed a formidable challenge to the Egyptians. They attacked from the northeast, gradually gaining ground and causing significant disruption. The Hyksos' presence shook the foundations of the Egyptian state, leading to a period of decline and instability. Egypt was on the brink of collapse, the New Kingdom, Egypt's golden age. The Egyptian people, however, refused to accept their fate. They rallied under the banner of their royal line, determined to reclaim their heritage and expel the Hyksos from their land. Out of this struggle emerged the New Kingdom, a new era in Egyptian history from around 1543 BC to 1292 BC. This period marked a resurgence of Egyptian power and prestige. Egypt not only expelled the Hyksos, but also expanded its territory to unprecedented levels. Pharaohs like Thutmose III, Hatshepsut, and Ramses II took to the battlefield with vigor, expanding Egypt's dominion from the Levant in the north to Nubia in the south. Under their leadership, Egypt became an empire, ruling over vast territories and diverse populations. This territorial expanse brought immense wealth to Egypt. Control over essential trade routes, particularly those leading to the Levant and the riches of the East, filled the Egyptian coffers. This abundance of resources enabled the construction of magnificent temples and the flourishing of the arts. Many pharaohs adorned their reign by erecting monumental structures across the land. The temples of Karnak and Luxor are enduring testimonies to this architectural brilliance, but perhaps no pharaoh shone brighter than Ramses II, who reigned for 66 years. He engaged in extensive building projects, adorning Egypt with temples and monuments. His most enduring legacy, however, is the peace treaty he signed after the Battle of Kadesh. This historic agreement with the Hittite Empire not only ended hostilities, but also laid the foundation for future diplomatic relations. Decline and conquest, but even during the New Kingdom, seeds of decline were sown. After 1070 BCE, Egypt once again slipped into a fragmented state. Internal squabbles and power struggles among the elites weakened the central authority. Once more, regional governors gained prominence, draining Egypt of its unity. During this period, Egypt became a melting pot of foreign influences. The Nubians, Assyrians, Babylonians, and Persians all left their mark on the land, introducing new cultural elements and vying for control. Eventually, Egypt came under the sway of Persia. However, this subjugation didn't last long. In 332 BCE, a new player emerged on the scene, Alexander the Great. The Macedonian king was a conqueror unlike any other. His army swept through Egypt, defeating the Persian forces and liberating the Egyptians from foreign rule. Alexander was welcomed as a liberator, and he reciprocated by treating the Egyptians with respect. He founded the city of Alexandria, which would become a beacon of learning and one of the greatest cities of the ancient world. After Alexander's untimely demise in 323 BC, Egypt fell under the rule of his general, Ptolemy I, marking the beginning of the Ptolemaic dynasty. This era saw a fusion of Greek and Egyptian traditions, giving rise to a unique Hellenistic Egyptian culture. The most celebrated ruler of this line was Cleopatra VII. Her story, a blend of power, romance, and tragedy, continues to captivate hearts and minds. She chose to align herself with Rome in a bid to secure Egypt's interests, eventually falling in love with the Roman general Mark Antony. However, their alliance caused a rift in Rome, leading to a civil war. When Octavian, later known as Augustus, emerged victorious, he saw Cleopatra and her alliance as a threat. Determined to crush any opposition, he sent Cleopatra's lover, Mark Antony, and his sister, Octavia, into exile. Alone and facing the might of Rome, Cleopatra had no choice but to end her own life, opting for the bite of an Egyptian snake rather than surrender. With Cleopatra's death, Egypt lost its last pharaoh, and the age of the pharaohs came to an end. The Romans officially annexed Egypt in 30 BC, incorporating it into their vast empire. While Egypt continued to thrive under Roman rule, its political autonomy and cultural distinctiveness faded into the annals of history. Legacy. For 3 millennia, ancient Egypt reigned supreme, unrivaled in its grandeur and influence. This cradle of civilization gave birth to innovations that echoed through the ages. Their contributions to mathematics, particularly their understanding of fractions and geometry, were groundbreaking. The development of the solar calendar, a leap forward from the earlier 360-day calendar, remains a testament to their astronomical knowledge. Their public school system, a revolutionary concept in antiquity, ensured that many Egyptians, including both boys and girls, received an education. From building the pyramids to deciphering hieroglyphs, ancient Egypt continues to captivate us. Their spirit lives on in the remnants of their glorious past, serving as a reminder of the heights humanity can reach. This has been a journey through time, a glimpse into the world of the pharaohs, the pyramids, and the legacy that echoes through the corridors of history. If you enjoyed this adventure through time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's explore more historical tales together. Thanks for watching.